How's it going? Hey, happy Saturday. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I know you guys have a lot going on, as we all do. So I really appreciate you taking time out to join me on this fine Saturday. This fine Saturday. Busy morning for me as well. I know you guys have a lot of stuff going on, and we'll definitely get into it. If you're new to the stream, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I see a lot of first-time chatters. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting. Really appreciate it. If you've not been here before, this is kind of what we do on Saturdays. We get together for about an hour. We talk about things we're working on, try to solve problems together, and just have a good time. People have labeled it as internet talk time and nerd time, so I think that's appropriate. Definitely for me. Definitely for me. This is my time to geek out with all you guys. So appreciate you being here and welcome. So. Usually start with the weather. We had a huge storm system come through the Midwest, all the way on down to the east and southeast. So hope everyone's safe. We got a lot of snow. I've been shoveling for about 2 hours. I don't have a snowblower. I refuse to buy a snowblower, at least for now. Oh, thank you. I'll definitely get into Flo Dash. Hey, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Crack Kitty, thanks for the bits. Both of you guys, appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Appreciate it. I'm definitely going to get into those here in a second, and I'll get caught up on follows, and I'll do better on calling them out this time. As you can tell, I have my sound effects a little bit louder. Yeah, so I don't know. I've been shoveling all morning, it seems like, and finally dug ourselves out. We got about 8 inches of snow, so I don't know. Better than 8 inches of rain. I'll say that for sure. I'd much rather have it than rain. So yeah, and also, you know, as you guys saw this morning, I released a video on keepalived. I wanted to say thank you guys so much for asking for that video so much. That's been in my backlog for about, I'd say about 4 or 5 months, maybe 6. It's been in my backlog, and it's just been there for a while. And I thought, well, you know, I don't know if people would really be interested in it. So I implemented it, and I tucked it aside, and I put it in my backlog. Well, I mentioned it on my home lab tour video, and everyone, I must have had at least 20 comments in the video, and then people asking a bunch in Discord. So I really appreciate it. Never feel like, hey, maybe someone already asked this question, or I don't want to ask this because it might seem any reason, you name it. Always ask me if you're interested in something. Throw it out there in comments, in Discord, at Twitter, because it really helps. It really helps. So anyways, I finally got my Keep Alive D video out because so many people had asked for it, and I really appreciate you guys, all the feedback you've given me. It's super interesting. I've been using it in 2 ways, and I mentioned, I think, both of them before. You know, I use it on my Pi-hole instance, so my secondary DNS is really a VIP that's backed by 2 real Pi-hole servers, and then I also use it for traffic. So internally, I mentioned this before, but I run 4 instances of traffic. 2 of them are in Kubernetes, so the 2 that I'm talking about now are not in Kubernetes. They're just Docker-only containers, and I actually have my what's it called? Reverse proxy. Hey! Thank you, Hype Train, dude. Thank you so much. Kuba13, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Kicked off Hype Train. I'll definitely get into follows and stuff here too. I'll wrap it up. But what I was saying, because I didn't really explain this, but I actually have, hey, Home Lab New, resub, tier 1, 17 month, 13 month streak, let's go, 17 months. Dude, how's it going, Home Lab New? Thank you so much, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Wow, a whole bunch of animations happening, man. Twitch is really improving their chat, it's starting to feel like how Mixer used to. Pretty soon they'll have big stickers and we'll be able to hit a beach ball. Anyways, old Mixer stuff. But what I was saying, like, I have Keep Alive D in front of I have multiple instances, but the one that I have with traffic is actually on 2 traffic nodes, or 2 Linux nodes that are both running traffic, and then I use it as my reverse proxy for my VIP. So when one goes down, the other one just picks it right back up. It works flawless. I mean, maybe a tiny hiccup. But for the most part, when I reboot all of my servers, it just works. So it's fantastic. If you haven't tried it before, Keep Live D is pretty awesome for how small the package is. Dude, Trevor, thank you so much. Trevor, resub, tier 1, 5 months, 4 month streak. Sweet. Love the stream. Thanks, Trevor. How's it going, man? Good. Thank you so much. So anyways, that's what I've been working on. I have, because so many people asked for it, I actually filmed and edited and did everything. I basically did everything yesterday. That was my first time ever like going from recording to editing to publishing and getting it turned around in one day. But it was the only day that I had that I could do it. So anyways, enough about that. What are you guys working on? So let me know what you guys are working on. Let me know what I can help with. Any questions you have. Or any comments you have, or you just want to share something you're working on, and let's talk about it. So let's go. So first things first, let me call out. I'm going to scroll to the top of chat because we're going to get into that because I'm definitely going to talk about what you guys are talking about. Real quick though, let's call out follows and subs. So before the stream started, shortly before, I'm going to start with this one. Emmanuel Evans, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Flowdash, thanks for the follow. Dude, thank you so much. Dr. Cuddle, is it Dr. Cuddle? What? Dr. Cuddle just sub? I think it looks like Dr. Cuddle. I'm gonna say Dr. Cuddle. I think it is. My alerts are delayed in one of the screens. Oh, those are gifted subs. Gonna get there, dude. Kuba, thank you. Oh my gosh, I can't even get to the top of the bottom of the events. Thank you so much. Kuba gifted 5 tier 1 subs. So, dude, thank you so much. So. Hey, Death Shot, John Doe Norris, Incoming Stick, Organic Brax, and Dr. Cuddle. Enjoy your gifted sub from Cuba13. Thank you so much. Going back, I'm going back to the bottom of the backlog. Emmanuel Evans, Bra Perseria, thanks for the follow. Flowdash, thanks for the follow. Crack Kitty, dude, thanks for the bits, appreciate it. Yeah, good to see you in here, man. Flowdash, Athbot. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Flowdash, thanks for the sub, Prime sub, thank you so much. Kuba, thanks for the sub. I think I called that one out. Holdlam New, yep, thank you so much. Trevor, thank you so much. And Kuba, gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you guys so much. Wow, a lot of activity, man. Hype train is up, level 3. Thank you guys so much, appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. So let's get into chat. Let's see what you guys are working on. And see who was here first. Mafney, how's it going? Hey, thank you, dude. Grand Kitty, dude. Thanks for the bits. Appreciate it, man. Get to see my purple Mega Man. All right, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for re-upping that hype train. Man, that bar is pretty awesome. I could stare at that for a while. They really improved that. Way to go, Twitch. It's starting to look great. Chat is starting to light up. But dude, Crack Kitty, thanks for the bids. Appreciate it, man. Mafney was here first. I know it's Mafin or Maffin, but in here we call you Mafney, and I would say Mafin, but then everyone's gonna wonder why I'm calling you Mafin when it looks like Mafney. But that's a long story. PC Geek, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Hey guys, PC Geek, yeah, Mafney was first. That is true. PC Geek, I was here but didn't talk in. All right, that's what I would say too if I wasn't first. Just teasing you. Crack Kitty, second but close. Thank you guys. Third actually. Nice. Yeah, it was third actually because PC Geek he camps out in here early. Crack Kitty, no Mafney second, me third. 100% doesn't matter. LOL. Yeah, it's still a badge though to be here first. Dude, thank you. Strike Machine sub tier 1. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And Ardistio. I want to get this right. Ardistio sub tier 1. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. This is incredible. Thank you. Rafnix, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Jeez, keep coming in. Thank you so much. Sharkbait, ZA, thanks for the sub, Prime sub. Thank you so much. Thanks for spending your Prime sub on me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mark. Hi all, how's it going? I feel like I'm behind. No, I'm not behind. My alerts are just a little bit delayed, but let's see. Trevor, sub Techno Tim, how's it going? Here's something that is happening. Verizon Wireless customers in Las Vegas aren't able to call anyone on the TPX network. Bummer, man. That kind of stinks. Yeah, it stinks to have an outage like that, especially phone calls. I mean, data and phone calls. You know, just hop on a VoIP call or something. Maybe that'll work. But man, that stinks. That really does stink. Craig Kitty, ignore me. I can't count. Yeah, we know. All right, bananas. My bot is working. Thank you. Mr. Technician, I just released a new version of software I wrote on GitHub. Congratulations. What does this piece of software do? I want to know. Congratulations. It's always fun to one, I think it's fun to write software. Two, it's super fun when other people use your software. And three, it's always fun when you release new stuff. So yeah, congratulations. Salvarius, how's it going? Good to see you. First time chat from Mongstad. Hey, thank you. Hello from Norway. Hello from the United States. How's it going? Lickety splitted. I like it. Yo, my first live show. Hey, thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Mafney, packing to go to my parents for the holidays. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? It's that time of month too. It's yeah, I forget, like Christmas is what, next week? I should probably look at my calendar. End of next week? Yeah, next Saturday, a week from today. Or no, what am I talking about? 2 weeks. See, I'm so off. Don't listen to me. It is coming up, so man, you have an extra long holiday there. Mavney, have a safe trip there for sure. J-Mo, hello from Hungary. How's it going? Good to see you. PC Geek, Banana, yeah, it's still working. Bot's still up. He's hanging in there. Sigor, trying and failing to get Linux drivers for my Lexmark's MC3224 printer. Oh, no, yeah, no, we don't talk about printers in here. First rule of channel, we don't talk about printers. I'm kidding. A long-running joke. It seems like whenever we talk about printers, everyone can relate to printers, and then we start talking about printers. But yeah, it's that stinks. Drivers in Linux are kind of hard, especially for some specific things like Lexmark. I don't know how well Lexmark does Linux drivers. Hopefully they do it kind of okay. But yeah, it's tough. Hopefully you get it going. I would assume that some of that would be plug and play if it's a network one, or USB. But I don't know. Good luck on that. PC load letter, LLO. Yes, for sure. Sigor, Cups is up. There we go, and running, but I don't see the driver for my series of printer. You have to empty Cups. Yeah, you do. JMO, it's been so long since I had to catch the stream. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Same. Thank you guys. Thanks for making it here this Saturday. Salvarius, getting a new router and switch configured. Hope to bring it online soon. Nice. New switch and router. Sounds awesome. Let me know what brand, what model. Are you replacing, upgrading? Did one die? It sounds pretty fun. It's always fun. The least fun thing I think to do though is the DHCP reservations all over again. I've done that so many times when I flip flop from whatever pfSense to OpenSense to XG Firewall to UDM Pro. Oh man, just sending as I'm sending, copying and pasting all of those DHCP reservations over and over and over and moving around stinks, especially in DNS too. If you're doing DNS there, those two things stink. But other than that, it's pretty exciting. Most people probably don't have as many reservations as I do too, or firewall rules. That's another tough one. I'm like, because everyone does it a little bit different for sure. Everyone does it a lot different. I should say that. Let's see. Hey everyone, Geek Almighty, how's it going? PC Geek. Let's see. So much spam. I need to turn my butt off. I say this all the time. Here we go. I'm gonna go with Nightsy. I'm gonna go with Nightsy. It's probably not right, but hey, how's it going? I've been watching you for some time on YouTube. It's my first time here. Hey, thanks for being here. First time chatter. Thank you. First time seeing the stream. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Flowdash, slowly building the home lab. Just bought a new R710. Nice, congratulations. R710s are beasts. They're awesome. You get a ton of compute, you get a ton of RAM, or you can get a ton of RAM, and you just get a pretty good value for a machine. Congratulations, that's awesome. What are you going to throw on it? I'm betting R710. I think you're going to probably put some virtual machines, obviously. Maybe some Docker containers, maybe Kubernetes if you're feeling kind of crazy like I do. But whatever you throw on it, I'm sure it's going to run fine. So I had an R710 for like a year, and it was great. Like it handled everything I could throw at it. Yeah, I was running out of. I think the only thing that was slowing me down just a little bit was the amount of disks, or the speed of my disks and my SSDs, because I had like 15 or 20 virtual machines on there that were all pretty busy. But it handled the compute, but just the I/O on my disks sometimes would kind of, if I had a reboot storm or something like that, which stinks. Just make sure if you get up there that high and you're going to run a hypervisor, delay the start of all your virtual machines, or you have the dreaded boot up storm where I/O is just pegged because everyone's booting at the same time. Especially if you throw like 2 Windows machines on there. That's all it takes sometimes. PC Geek, I'm Mr. Handyman today, fixing my mother-in-law's bed so it will be lower and easier for her to get in and out of. Nice, man. Nice. Lowering the bed, dude. Thank you. I'm sure she appreciates it. I hope she's doing okay. Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome. Some manual labor. I like it. Let's see. Captain Tidbit. Hey Tim. I'm working on learning how to give my hosted web services URLs, but I'm not sure where to start. Traffic. Captain. Yeah. So, where do you start? The first place I would start is yeah, you're going to need a reverse proxy at some point. Well, you're going to need a domain. Yeah, where do you start? Let's peel the layers of the onion back. You're going to need a domain unless you're going to do it only internal. I'm going to assume it's external, so you're going to need to purchase a domain, and then you're going to need if you don't have dedicated IPs, you're going to have to figure out dynamic DNS. And then figuring out dynamic DNS is pretty easy. There's scripts out there like DuckDNS, or there's Docker containers that help you do that. But then you'll have to pick a DNS provider. I typically pick Cloudflare. And if you do that and you've bought your domain at a different registrar, like name your registrar, Namecheap or Google Domains, you're going to have to use then Cloudflare as your name server. So that gives you dynamic DNS. So anyone publicly can resolve your IP address from that domain name. Then, once they can get to your machine, or get to your router, I should say, or your firewall, you're going to have to obviously open up firewall rules. And then that traffic's going to have to go in and hit some kind of reverse proxy. So the reverse proxy is probably also where you'll terminate SSL, maybe, kind of, sort of. It's a good place to do it. And it will terminate that SSL and inspect those host requests, the header requests for a specific host, and route the traffic then to that container or that server or whatever's hosting your website. So it's kind of three pieces, maybe four. I don't remember how many I just said, but it's a combination of DNS, getting your certificates, updating DNS, and then putting a reverse proxy in front of that, like traffic, and then you should be good. That should be it. A lot of steps in there. I've kind of outlined that in a couple of videos. If you need a pointer to them, let me know. I can send them your way. But it's super fun, and it is kind of complicated. I'm not going to lie. It is pretty complex. But the nice part about it is if you do it once, you kind of get the rest for free. So just keep that in mind. If you do it for one domain or one subdomain, you get all subdomains for free if you're going to use wildcard certificates, which is also pretty easy with traffic. But yeah, so let me know. That or Nginx or HA Proxy Manager. Yeah, HA Proxy. Yeah, they all do the same thing. They all can do the same thing. I don't know why my phone's ringing. That was weird. I like never have my ringer on either. Sorry about that. I unmuted my phone only because, long story. Because Twitter, anyways, you can't hear anything if you mute your phone, video-wise. But anyways, long story short, any of those will work. All great options. Nginx Proxy Manager is a good one if you want a GUI. HA Proxy is battle tested. It's been out there for a long time. Traffic's kind of the new kid on the block, and it does a lot of that stuff to you, and it as well. And it's meant to be kind of container first, cloud first, and it's pretty modern, and it can do more than just reverse proxy too. It can do load balancing or routing for TCP and UDP as well. But yeah, a lot of options out there. A lot of people in our Discord have done it too. So let me know. That's one of my favorite things to do. It takes a while depending on how you configure it, but it's definitely one of my favorite things. It's an awesome achievement when you get that working. Let's see, JMO, preparing notes for my classmates because the teacher was supposed to teach us Linux and cloud, knows nothing about them, so the exam date is soon. Oh man, that stinks. Oh man, that stinks. So hopefully you get it figured out. That's awesome that you're preparing notes for other people in your class, so that hopefully you guys can pass this test. But that kind of stinks. I'm not gonna dig on teachers though. They have a hard enough job as it is. But that's unfortunate. Salvarius, PC Geek, look at the people buying R710. Perhaps we should rethink making our boat anchors, ours into boat anchors. We should rethink, 710s, 720s. I mean, they're all out there. They're a favorite because you can get them for a low cost. I definitely wouldn't make it a boat anchor because it's a highly capable machine. I would definitely sell it because even the resale value is pretty much what you pay for it now, or even more depending on when you bought it. But yeah. They're awesome machines for sure. Let's see. First time chat from Syph. Oh, Syph. Oh, Syph? Mr. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hi, Tim. How's it going? Hi, Syph. I'm just going to say Syph. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. PC Geek, I hate shoveling. Yeah, I don't mind it, but you know, when it snows 8 inches, it's just a lot. It's a lot for sure. And like I said, I don't have a snowblower. I acted like I'm against them. I'm not against them. I just have I have a smaller property, and for some reason I keep thinking like, yeah, I don't need one, but it would definitely cut the time and down by like 90%. I was just beat when I was done. I felt like I'm like, oh man, I don't know. I was beat. Anyways, snowblower is the way to go when it's working. Yeah, for sure. Kind of hoping, I don't know. I kind of want a battery powered snowblower. Right now, I don't have anything that takes gasoline besides my car. Other than that, everything's battery powered, like, my weed whacker, my leaf blower, even my lawnmower. So I'm kind of like, if someone makes a decent snowblower that takes batteries, I know that sounds super inefficient and batteries don't do so well in the cold, I would look into it, but I just don't want to buy anything else that takes gasoline. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. Let's see. Osher. Hi, Techno. Any open source load balancers you recommend? Yeah, we kind of talked about some. I mean, so for TCP or UDP, like true load balancing, I mean, you can use Nginx. You can use, if you're in Kubernetes, you can use MetaLLB. Traffic actually does, that we talked about earlier, also does load balancing along with reverse proxy. I think HA proxy can do load balancing too. So a lot of good ones out there. I have most experience with MetaLLB, Traffic, and Nginx. Those are the 3 that I have the most experience with, but they're all trying to solve the same problem, just in a little bit different way. So I don't think you can go wrong with anyone that we just mentioned, or any of the top 5, 10 ones that are open source. You really can't go wrong, because they're all trying to solve the same problems. They all have the same problems. They just do it in a little bit different way. Mafni, you need to automate snow shoveling. I do. I already automated vacuuming in my house. I have a robot vac, and I was thinking the other day, like, oh, those lawnmower ones are pretty cool, even though like I have the tiniest lawn ever and I like doing it. But snow shoveling, I like it because I could just draw a path of where my sidewalks are and just say go. Unlike mowing the lawn, it has to kind of figure it out or bounce around like a Roomba, I guess. But I like the automated snow shoveling. Let's see. Flowdash, really loved the video. Thank you. It was, it was super fun to make. Ones like that, take a little bit of preparation, a little more than just, they all take time. I won't lie. They all take a lot of time. But that one takes a little bit more preparation, especially when I have like a couple demos built into it and then some real world stuff. And they all have to go right. And like, I knew it was going to work because I've been running it at home for, 4 to 6 months. But, recompiling a contrived demo sometimes doesn't always go well. But it went on. It went okay. Thank you so much. Biotoxin, Mafni, install heaters under pavement, flip the switch in the house in 30 minutes, snow free. Cost $5K, but adds $15K value to the house. I like it, Biotoxin. I think Salvaris was talking about some of that earlier in our Discord. We were talking about shoveling snow in general and heated driveways. And I was like, maybe I can wire up my whole entire server rack with some water cooling and run underneath the sidewalk. It'll never happen, but it's fun to think about for sure. I better get on follows because I haven't been calling them out. VL Math, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Oos too. Thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Ivan, Drofa B. Oh my goodness, that's so many consonants. I'm going to go with Ivan only. Thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Tech Newt, thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Utmost Money, thanks for follow. Appreciate it. And yeah, Shark Beta, I called that one out, but the sub, thanks again. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, it would be awesome to repurpose this heat and then vice versa, repurpose that cold. If you could use it again, that's kind of the ideal scenario for me is, take the heat from outside and either warm it up inside or vice versa. Take the heat from some of my servers, send it outside, melt something, bring it back in cooler to then cool off my servers or something like that. I don't know. There's some kind of symbiosis here that I think we can figure out, but it's going to be expensive. Cyborgium, how's it going? Hi, Tim. Just got my storage array. Congratulations, storage array. All right, those are super. They're gaining popularity. I have a buddy too at work who's, he was all on Raspberry Pis, and now he's talking about disk shelves. And I'm like, I hope it didn't influence you and like put you down this path of buying all this stuff. But anyways, so you got a storage array. Congratulations. Do you know if it's remotely possible to do PCIe pass-through only on specific disks that come from the HBA? I don't think so. I think that some storage arrays, at least my NetApp, is pretty dumb. Pretty dumb in the sense that, when I plug in my SAS card to it, it just sees all disks. So I mean, there might be a way. I haven't figured it out because I kind of had that same idea. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start assigning some disks to some virtual machines and vice versa. But I ended up just saying, well, this storage array is only going to be for TrueNAS, and then use it that way. I mean, the alternative is I assume you're virtualizing it, but the alternative is to pass individual disks through. So don't pass the controller through to your guest machine. Actually pass individual disks. That can be. It's fine, but disk IDs and stuff like that might be kind of weird to figure out. So, is it impossible? I'm not sure. I went down that path too, and I couldn't figure it out myself because my NetApp disk array is pretty dumb. It's great, but don't get me wrong. Like it's just dumb. There's no config on it whatsoever that I can do. At least not using a NetApp product or a controller to manage it. So I end up just passing the whole HBA through. But like I said, you can pass individual disks through, and that will work. That should work just fine. But you'll have to do that from at the hypervisor level, pass each disk through versus passing the controller through to say your NAS or something, and then from there. Should work though. Takano, how's it going? Sigor, how's it going? Mafni, they do in my city on some walk paths. Yeah. Heated sidewalks. Yeah, it sounds awesome. Heated driveway sounds awesome too. Even though I'm my driveway is just as big as this room. It's tiny. It just feeds into an alley. But yeah, it sounds great. Sidewalks would be awesome because then I wouldn't have to shovel them as much, I'd say. Or I wouldn't have to put salt down. That would be awesome too. Dr. Sprite, hey guys, how's it going? PC Geek, not PCIe. Oh, PCIe. Oh, geez, did I mess that one up? Did PCI pass through only on specific disk? Oh, not PCIe. Sigor, Jinx. PC Geek, either the whole HBA or not. Yeah, for sure. Dr. Sprite, Tim, I'm the one with port 53 keepalived config works great. Dr. Sprite, thank you. Yeah. What a great comment. I had something queued up to say back to you, but I think I only hearted your comment. But yeah, I think you talked about in that comment. Oh man, I'm pulling this back from a couple hours ago. I was reviewing them all. But I think you had mentioned that you're using keepalived, and you talked about some of the downsides of doing it for something like Nginx in my contrived example, saying that, hey, if the keepalived does fail over to another machine, like long-lived requests, and I'm going to throw in there also WebSockets, wouldn't carry over. You would have to basically start your session all over again. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. That's one of the pitfalls of HA or I don't want to say of keepalived or just doing an architecture like I did in that example. If you do have websites that do have long-lived requests or polling or WebSockets, yeah, if one fails over, it's not ideal in an HA scenario. But new requests obviously will go to the new server. If they refresh, obviously it's a new request. It would go to the new server, the server that's up now. And that's where I think a load balancer will kind of help you out, or configuring it in load balancing mode versus just failover mode. But yeah, awesome. Yeah, I totally agree. It's super fun. And I think you mentioned too, you had a script to check port 53 for DNS, which is even awesome. Because it could be that the machine is up and responds to a ping or responds to the VRRP request, but it doesn't respond to port 53. So you have a script that you put in place that actually queries port 53 to make sure it's up and running. So awesome. Great config. Sounds pretty robust. So yeah. Thanks for making it all the way here from YouTube. PC Geek or single disc attachment. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's kind of what I was going down. Trevor, sweet, love the stream. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks, Hart. Thank you, Osher. Home Lab Newt, last week I tried to sort out automatic decryption on my hypervisors back in Texas. I fixed that, but now my Quorum Maker VM running on my NUC is borked. Oh man, guess I know what I'm doing tonight though, LOL. Yeah, it stinks. I've been pretty fortunate with all of my machines that need to establish Quorum between Kubernetes, 2 clusters in Kubernetes, and Proxmox in a cluster. I've been pretty fortunate that I haven't run into any Quorum issues because I hear that could be a nightmare to fix or figure out if there is even fixing, or if it just means your cluster's dead. Good luck, man. That sounds like quite the journey, and it sounds like one of those things. It's like, okay, you fix it and then you're exactly back where you were before, except for it's working. I always hate those kind of bugs or things you need to fix that take like hours to fix. And after you fix it, you're just back running. You haven't gained anything other than working again. Those are tough. Cyborgium, PC Geek, yep, figured out that much. Fair enough, thanks. Takano, setting up Christmas decorations outside. All right, man. Going to go for a quick Home Depot, Lowe's, Big Lots, Goodwill run, until I find some decorations. Awesome. Final decorations. Awesome. Sorry, the TL threw me off. Awesome, man. You are out there looking for Christmas decorations. I like it. I think last year, you had some lights set up and a whole bunch, like a whole entire contraption of switches going. I wonder if you're doing that again. And I think I razzed you. Had a countdown going to see if you'd make it before Christmas. And I think you started like right around Thanksgiving. Let's see. How Weston. Hey, how's it going? What do you think about 0-day log4j exploit that's roaring through the internet? Yeah, it is roaring through the internet. It's unfortunate, and it's ubiquitous, I guess I should say, because so many people use 1, Java, and 2, so many people use log4j to log. So it's scary. And it's, like I said, Java is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's even places you don't even think it's there. And so is log4j. So yeah, it's scary. It's important. I've noticed that people are already patching stuff. Like Unify released a patch for their network controller like late last night in an early access release, and my machine updated automatically because I switched to early access for just a couple of releases to kind of fix some other bugs. And I noticed I got it last night. So the IT world and the sysadmins are super busy right now. Developers are busy. Network engineers are busy. Sysadmins are busy. Everyone's busy because there's a lot of patching going on and a lot of reconsideration about maybe tools that they're using. But this isn't unique. This isn't the first time, and it will not be the last time. It will not be the last time, that's for sure. And something else within a day or two or a week or month will probably overshadow this one. It's gonna be how it is for a long time because there are just so many systems out there that are running that could have vulnerabilities. But this one is definitely unfortunate just because it has a huge impact. But yeah, I mean, I personally, as soon as I read about it, I looked through all my code. I'm like, is anything using log4j? Nothing. So I at least for the code that I'm running, and I can't say that for every container that I'm using. My code, at least that I write, isn't using log4j. So I'm, but I'm not running like enterprise systems at home, or depend on some other system here at home. I guess I kind of do though. As I mentioned, Unify, as I mentioned, containers. But the most you can do is patch your stuff. Hopefully, whatever vendor you're using that might have been using it releases a patch. But it's a good idea to just patch your systems and look through all the stuff that you're using and see if they've released an update here in the next day or two, or even in the last 24 to 48 hours. I know part of what I did last night and yesterday, I'm going to continue doing over the next couple days. Look at containers, see if there are new containers out, or see if there are new patches for pieces of software I use. But I mean, that's all you can do to mitigate risk. But this is a huge one. It's a big one because it just has a huge impact. Holy Mark, how's it going, Manny? Mod Hype, yeah, Manny, how's it going, man? How's it going? Good to see you. Kingpin, oof. Choo choo, yeah. Cobra, let's see. Thanks for all the help. Time to give back. Thank you so much. Kuba, I said Cobra. Yeah, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. Thank you. Ardistio, how are the super micro servers doing? They're doing fantastic. They're doing great. Yeah, so I think I got those in February of this year or maybe last year. I don't know. Time is so weird. They're doing fantastic. I haven't had to do anything to them. The only thing I wish I would have done is bought bigger hard drives. You know, it only has 4 hard drive bays, and I think I put 4 1 terabyte drives in there, and then I have them in a RAID Z2, RAID 10, which gives me, you know, a total of 2 terabytes. Which is fine, but you know, my virtual machines, you know, anywhere from 60 to 80 gigs they're using, or is allocated to them, you know, and I have 10, 15-ish virtual machines. And so long story short, I just wish I had more drive space. That's it. So I don't know, might swap them out or get bigger drives at some point. But other than that, they're fantastic. I can't complain. Yeah, that's it. They're great. It's my first time buying a new server. You know, I bought them bare bones and kind of assembled them myself. But they're fantastic. Like I have zero complaints. Wish I had more drive space, but don't we all? And more RAM. But my RAM is actually okay. I have 256 gigs in each, so I have a half terabyte between the two, and it's great. Let's see. Piece of Geek gifted subs before chatting. Chatting the first time, Pog, yeah, for sure. Thank you. Yeah. Central MTK. Hey Tim, first live for me. I've been sharing your YouTube with some close peeps and been watching you for a long while now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Personal recommendations go a long way, so I really appreciate it. Even just sharing it with 1 or 2 people, because then the YouTube algorithm works its way through their likes and what they like and who they like. And so I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. Regardless of the algorithm, thanks for sharing. And thanks for trusting me with teaching your friends. So I appreciate it. Dr. Spray, how do I link my sub to Discord? Pretty easy. I think if you go into Discord and you sign in and you're in Discord, I think there's a connections tab in settings, and then you link to Twitch, and then after you do that, you'll be all linked up, and you'll get an avatar, and you'll get a color and a role. So I appreciate it. There you go, Matthew, you got it. Just link your Discord to Twitch for sure. It's in settings and it's in connections. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find. There you go. Thank you guys. Let's see. Lots of stuff. Hey, Home Lab New guys, stop donating. There won't be any more time for Tim to talk. There will be. T Genio. Hi Tim and all. How's it going? Good to see you. Sorry, all of my spam. Lickety splitted. Deploying a GPU server with the to the colo with the help of your GPU pass-through vids and docs. Awesome. Let me know how that goes. I'm always curious about people co-locating, and if they're just co-locating their existing servers, or if they're actually just, you know, renting basically like the cloud. That sounds awesome. I'm always curious about prices for co-location, and if it's, you know, do you pay per kilowatt for the power, or do they just charge you a normal? You know, I assume they charge for electricity, because you could have like a rack full of Bitcoin miners, or you could have a rack just full of nothing. And why would they charge the same price for both? But curious prices on that, because I wonder about it too. Ardistio, LOL, it's Sicilian. Biotoxin, log for shell talk. Yeah, we kind of talked about it a little bit. It's unfortunate. That's for sure. And it's rampant and it's everywhere, and it probably touches most of the stuff we do without even knowing it. Because Java is so ubiquitous in the logging tool. Log4j is what most people use for that. Far from crying 6 times. I'm sorry. Good to see you live. I've been using your Discord bot, doing some add-ons. Thank you for making it. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, awesome. Let me know. I feel like at some point I should add features to my Discord bot or my Twitch bot, but they're out there. So I'm glad you used it. If you can think of features for me to add to that bot, let me know. For sure. Lickety split. Oh, Homeland new, but yeah, log4shell. Lickety splitted. Was doing updates and redeploys because of log4j. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I bet you guys are super busy. Those in IT. Everyone is for sure. Salvarius, I don't want to talk to anyone. Works for me. LOL. Log4j, yeah. Jay Starcher, power is out in Ohio. Need a generator. UPS only goes so far. I hear you. Well, hopefully the power comes back on soon. I assume you mean because of the storms probably that went through, or something else. I hope it gets better. Dude, Ardistio. I'm going with Ardistio. I think I got it right now. Cheered 100 bits. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's see, TG Neil, what's the best solution for a wireless-based home lab network? Ooh, that one's tough. What's the best solution? I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that would take some thinking and some research. I don't know off the top of my head. I assume you mean having like a mobile home lab that you could set up and create an access point and either be a client to another network or at the same time supply network to any device that wants to connect. There's a lot of ways to go with that one. Don't know off the top of my head. I use a lot of Unify stuff. I'm sure it can be solved that way. I'm sure it could be solved with stuff with Raspberry Pis and creating routers and access points out of Pis, or it could be done with MikroTik or any type of networking device, even old DDWRT devices, old Linksys routers or Cisco routers that you can wipe with DDR or you can flash with DDWRT could be used in something like that. Lots of ways to go with that one. Tell me more. Holy Mark, how's it going? HomeLab Loot, Log4j is officially a weekend killer. It is, for sure, it is. And I feel bad that I haven't had to do much for it because I know you guys are all busy. So yeah, Ethernet cables. Yeah, what do you mean by wireless base? I was kind of curious on that too. I assume it meant mobile, but could be wrong. Mr. Technician, it's called Borderless Minecraft. It runs Minecraft in the aforementioned mode since it's not supported by default. I was really surprised to see it had 10K downloads overall in the past 6 months and 33K overall. Yeah, crazy. Let's see. Mafney, same, also planning. All right. Sharkbait, is there a way we can use to chat with you? I think this is the way, if I understand that right. Hopefully I understood your question. M's up. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Biotoxin, is this a weekend you speak of? I've never heard it. Yeah, what is a weekend you heard? Yeah, I hear you. I feel like I have 2 jobs, and now I'm on job number 2. Mafney, the Norwegian's taken over. Block Bogon Networks. Brother speaks Linux. All right. HomeLab New, once knew of it before joining a security team. Yeah, I think anyone in IT is like, weekend, what's weekend? That's just where I check in on, on Slack or whatever chat client you use, Teams. But isn't that how work from home also works too? So yeah, it's so blended now between work from home and being on call or responding to incidents or, it's a lot of the same stuff all day long. Let's see. Holy Mark, maybe try Dell printers drivers. Yeah, that might work. Force them on there. Kuba, I was supporting university-wide printers. Not fun. Oh gosh, 3D printers. Oh yeah, 3D printers. I guess they're okay. I'll save my printer questions for Discord then. Yeah. I'm telling you, as soon as we start talking about them, it's printers galore. Epson EcoTanks are great. Never had an issue with them. Oh gosh, Takano, you're feeding the trolls. I know you are. Oh, making statements like that. Homeland New. Oh, I got a robot vacuum cleaner. I did too. I got my second just a couple weeks ago because they were on fire sale on Amazon, and it's pretty awesome. I want one more. That's going a little overboard, but I want one per floor. Just because we have dogs and stuff and hardwood floors, and it's actually fantastic. Now that I've robot vacuum proofed my house at least 2 levels, it's fantastic. Never gets caught up, does its job, resumes. If the battery wears down, it'll go back and dock and then start back up. It's great. Let's see. Raspberry Pi won't make a diff though. Still cups there. Sorry, what a Pi is, but What is hang off one? Oh, got it. Okay, I don't. Maybe Windows print server off Pi Docker? Oh, cup server? Oh my gosh, we can't talk about printers. I'm just going with block because there's a lot of words in there. Block bog on networks. I think that's what it is. Use USB from the Pi to the printer, access Pi over the Ethernet. All right, there we go. Ardistio, you have 3 Dell R610s here. Nice, another popular one. How they running? Let's see. All right, you guys are responding to each other. I'm going to look for non-mentions. Ardistio, the Quadro P2000 fits like a glove in it. Awesome. Yeah, P2000 is awesome because it's a true 1U height, and it's fantastic. I totally agree. Kuba bought 3 Stratos servers for Proxmox. Found out they are quirky Stratos servers. I don't know these. Need to look into them. They are quirky and not well documented. 2 versions, 2 different size BIOS chips, waiting for replacements, and we'll have to document and publish the findings. Yeah, let me know. I don't know enough about Stratos servers. I don't know anything about them, I don't think. If I saw them, I might know. Let's see. No drivers are required. They just yet some bytes. What? I'm like, am I reading this right, or is this? No. Homeland News, something I wish I had been told much earlier. Literally, no one deals with cups. Yeah, no way. Mafney, I refreshed by accident. Oh, you lost chat then. Geek Almighty, I finally got Kubernetes working a few days ago, but accidentally deleted my entire Nextcloud by the end of the day, so I haven't done anything or played with Kubernetes since. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, but the nice part about Kubernetes, if you accidentally did that, I mean, as long as you didn't delete your persistent volume claim, which I guess you probably did, you should be able to just redeploy it again, use the same persistent volume claim, and you should be right exactly back where you were. But that's to say that you actually save your manifests and didn't accidentally delete your persistent volume claims. I've almost done that a few times because I keep all my manifest, all my YAML in one folder, and I'll say, kube control apply this whole folder, kube control delete this whole folder. The delete is dangerous because if your volumes and anything that persists is in that folder, it will go out and delete those resources in Kubernetes. So it's tough. It's tough. F5 fail, LOL. Holy Merc, yeah. Flowdash, what am I saying? Went for R710 so I could have 3.5 inch drives. Nice, I did that too. So I can throw a NAS on it. Right now I have an IBM 3650 M3, but it only supports 2.5s. Yeah, I went that same route, and I had the same idea because at first when I started running my 710s, I used 3.5 inch drives. And then I switched to SSDs, which then I had to get an adapter. No big deal. But you get a lot of flexibility that way, for sure. Ardistio, I was thinking of Proxmox, but I've been running VMware as you get updates for ESXi, and you have to pay for Proxmox. Kind of, sort of, but you have to pay for ESXi. Yeah, so kind of, sort of. So Proxmox does have a subscription for their updates, for their stable updates, so their stable repository. I use their unstable repository. I've been on unstable for a while, surprisingly stable, but I would argue that ESXi is the same thing. I mean, unless you're using the free version, ESXi you have to pay for. The whole thing is licensed, and then the free license, restricts you on how many cores per VM, and that kind of stinks. I think it's 4 or something like that. It hasn't changed. Nothing wrong with it. It's like the most performant, most popular hypervisor in the world. I think it gets kind of expensive if you try to buy it on your own. And then everyone gets these deals or key codes they get from meetups, but I haven't been that fortunate. But I think a lot of people in our community are using Proxmox with just the unstable updates. So the early access updates, I should say, is probably a better term. Works. It's been working fine for me. So far, so good. I did apply some patches this morning. I haven't rebooted yet. Who knows what's going to happen when I reboot? PC Geek's been having some problems with some of the patches, but I haven't yet. But who knows? When I reboot, maybe I will. Mr. Technician, Cloudflare is a registrar too now. Yeah, good call. They are. They're on it because they're actually telling me that my renewal is coming soon with my other registrar, and do I want to transfer? They're on it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they do now. At first they only allowed transfer, but now I think they allow you to create new domains too. So yeah, good for them. Good for them. Mr. Technician, I've had good experience with them. Awesome. Yeah, and there's like low to no markup. Yeah, I wonder why I'm using someone else anymore. I use Google for domains, which is kind of nice, and there are some benefits to do that too, like auto verification of site ownership because you registered it through them. Is that worth a few extra bucks a year? I don't know. PC Geek, you can import a domain now from another domain right into Cloudflare's own. You can also buy a domain from Cloudflare. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for a while they were doing transfers only, and now you can create one. It's pretty awesome. Ardistio also running Hyper-V Core as well. Awesome. Yeah, it's Hyper-V Core. I tried it quite a few times. It's pretty interesting. Pretty awesome. PC Geek from Registrar Amin, yeah, for sure. Does anyone know of a DNS service that grants API keys for just a set of subdomains? The Cloudflare should be able to do that when you create your tokens. So don't create like an API key for your whole entire account. You should be able to create tokens for individual domains, I thought too. And you can restrict it to domains, and then you can restrict it to read, write, edit. So they have a lot of authorization there per domain, I guess I should say. Last I checked, I thought that's how I did it for my domains. Central MTK, check out free load balancer from Kemp. Yeah, this comes up a lot. A lot of people talk about Kemp. I haven't used it. I've heard about it. I've seen it on YouTube. I looked at their documentation. I know they have a paid and a free version. I don't understand the difference between the paid and the free, and I should look at it, but it comes up quite a bit. Home Lab New. At this point, I'm thinking of using Route 53 name servers. Yeah. There are a lot of name servers out there, for sure. Yep, we talked about that. It's free for updates. Geek Almighty. Yeah, it's been diving deeper into Cloudflare. It's amazing. I totally agree. Cloudflare offers so many things, and it's awesome. One, that they offer so much for free. Two, that they offer low-cost versions of a lot of their stuff. And a lot of cloud providers are starting to do some of the stuff that Cloudflare does, but Cloudflare works great even if you're not in any cloud whatsoever. That's the awesome thing about Cloudflare for sure. Indirect Alex. Even with the UDM Pro, I don't know how to enable port forward. Pretty annoying. With UDM Pro, it's kind of hard. I'm not going to lie. It is kind of hard. But if you go into UDM Pro settings and just type in port forward, they'll tell you. It'll bring it right up, and it's kind of weird. It's super weird because you would think it would be like right in the firewall rules, but it's like in the root settings, custom or something like that, and then you should be able to add them from there. But in UDM Pro, just search settings, just type in port forward, and you'll find it, because that's how I have to find it every time. And then I back out, and I'm like, how do I logically navigate here versus searching every time? I don't know why I want to know. But you'd think it'd be right with the rest of your firewall rules, and you see them in your firewall rules, but you can't edit them there. So I agree. Super annoying, weird UX for sure. PC Geek, technically they say it's experimental, but it's been stable for most everyone here who uses it. For sure. It's been super stable ever since 6. I don't know. They must be queuing them a little bit more. Indirect Alex, maybe my problem is with Cloudflare. I don't know. I'm not sure. Port forwarding should work in UDM, and then, I can help you stitch all that together. I've done it plenty of times, like ping me in Discord, and maybe I'll do a word diagram of kind of how it works. Ardistio, do you run an internal DNS server for your domains that are self-hosted? I do, Ardistio. I do, and I use Pi-hole for it. I use Pi-hole for my internal DNS for both A records and CNAMEs and ad blocking. So I do it all in one. Got a quick video on it, like 3 minutes on here's how I do it. If you're interested, probably explain it better than I can right now. It's been so long since I've done it. But yeah, for sure. PC Geek 8A Proxy will also do load balancing. Awesome, for sure. Let's see. For network, you can go networking. Okay. Sharkbait ZA. If you buy a layer 3 switch, do you still need a router? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't think so. I don't think so, because isn't it? Well, it depends. I don't know the answer to that question. I forget which layer 3 is. I know 1 and 2, and I know 7. 3 is the one that I kind of forget. I don't know the answer, Sharkbait. Maybe someone else will. Sidkill, an updated all-in-one video on traffic, HA, DNS, SSL would be excellent. I find a lot of your existing tutorials are piecemeal, and I've been having problems with them. Sidkill, Awesome. Thanks for that feedback. I can try for sure. If not, look at my documentation and search for traffic. I have it fully written out without a video. And that might be good or bad. I'm not sure. But I have all of my configuration that you can copy and paste. And I assume, I don't know if you're talking about Kubernetes. That one's for Kubernetes. If you're talking about for Docker, I got one of those too. I don't know what else. I mean, yeah, I have two. I guess I'll say I want a Docker that covers 100% of that except for local DNS. But that should be as simple as just plugging in values into your DNS system and maybe CNAME records if you're going to go that route. But yeah, thank you for that feedback. Ping me, Docker or Kubernetes. Let me know. Let me see. Best judgment where to put stuff is fine. I'm not tracking. Okay. That's probably in a thread, but I don't see threads. Voronsky, hey Tim, any recommendations for self-hosted network monitoring tools to get full in-depth insight on how your network is doing, bandwidth usage, speed tests, connectivity, etc. I use Orbi at home, Orbi Home app, but it only works when I'm in the house. Yeah, good question. Self-hosted monitoring tools. Oh, I don't off the top of my head. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but my UDM Pro does all this for me. But it does deep packet inspection. It does everything you just mentioned. I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to look. I'm sure there are some good ones out there, hopefully open source. So because you obviously don't want something on your network that's listening and to everything. But it'll be tough to stitch all that together and have a clear picture of what's going on. I mean, you might be able to use, stuff like Snort or things like that to sniff packets or inspect packets. But something like that, it seems like you want that to be as close to the edge as possible. And if you're using pfSense or OpenSense or anything with a firewall, it might have similar things because it seems like I said, something at the edge is going to have the best picture of what's going on. And for me, that's my UDM Pro. So I should look into it. That's a good point. For those that aren't using Unify, like what are your options? I would hope pfSense would have something. Central. I'm just going with Central. Hey Tim, first live for me. I've been sharing you. Oh yeah, I read that already. Unless I scrolled up. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you sharing with people and trusting me to teach your friends. Let's see. Looking for what time is it? All right, I'm getting pretty close. Let's see. Ardistia, thank you guys for helping the other people. I'm going to look for mentions of me now because it's really hard to tell in threads who's talking to who. Let's see. Biotoxin. You can install heaters under driveways and pavements. Average cost is $5K and adds to $15K to the house. Flip a switch in 30 minutes and snow-free, no ice. I love it. Changed my world and I saved my back. Yeah, I should definitely do it too. I mean, I'm next house for sure. Let's see. I got to look for ones that aren't responsive. All right. Well, that's probably a good clue too, because it's about time. So, hey guys, I'm going to look for direct mentions, what I was doing before, because it's hard to figure out threads. I wish Twitch did threads better. Discord and Twitch both need to figure out threads. If either of you guys are listening, do exactly what Slack does, because they figured it out, or Twitter, or any other social network, because threads anywhere else with your own spin on them do not work, for the record. Ardistio, Techno Tim, are you just using Pi-hole for internal DNS? I am 100%. I can ping you with the video. I am. Let's see. I'm looking for mentions because it's hard for me to track really quick, or my name, Evo Lease. Tim, I wanted to say thanks for all the YouTube videos. You're welcome. They've been helpful in setting up my home lab. Your guide on setting up Rancher was great. Thank you. I have a couple of ESX PCs, but swapping them for HA solutions. I've been trying Proxmox, but had some weird issues. So now using XCPNG and finding it pretty good, I assume. Any chance you'd be making an XCPNG sometime? Real quick, Evil Cathedral. Hey, thanks for follow. Appreciate it. It looks like MZub. Thanks for follow. Appreciate it. Will I be doing anything on XCPNG anytime soon? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, most of the stuff that I make videos on are things I'm super interested in or want to do or am doing. I'll never say never, but low on the priority list. If you want to see stuff on XCPNG, Tom Lawrence from Lawrence System has quite a few videos on it. So I highly recommend checking out his channel. He's a huge fan. He covers a lot of the stuff that Sumit Citrix, what they're doing with XCPNG. I think it's Citrix. I can't remember. But anyways, I'm sorry, Proxmox, didn't work out for you. That's just how it goes, though. But yeah, Tom Lawrence absolutely has tons of stuff on XCPNG. If there's something specific in there, let me know. Or ping Tom too. I'm sure he would love to cover something that he hasn't covered before. He's a great dude. Let's see. I gotta look for mentions because we're getting close to the time. Ardistio, can you DOA vid that goes a little bit more in depth on your DNS setup? Ardistio, yeah. I think you asked this question 3 times and I have one. Specifically on that. First time chat, VL Math. I also use keepalived internally for my default gateway. When the router reboots for an update, internal machines still have outgoing access through the secondary router, taking the VIP. I like it. Another interesting use for it. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, guys, I got to look for mentions because we're real close to time. Hey, Techno Tim, do you encourage the grind mentality in programming, work 9-to-5 job, and working on side projects? Oh, yeah, good question. I mean, is it sustainable? It depends on what your level of interest is in programming, and if you look at it like a job, or if you really enjoy doing it. I'll say personally, I have a couple of side projects going on, and some of them are code projects, and I really enjoy doing them. I will say that it's not. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I mean, I look at it this way. At work, I'm solving certain types of problems. And I'm solving them with a certain tool set, and I'm solving them in a different architecture and a whole different set of infrastructure than I would at home. And so, and just in general, places I've worked, they're either in the cloud or they have their own cloud. And they've chosen architecture, they've chosen tools, they've maybe even chosen frameworks. Projects are already underway, and you're just contributing to them. And you're solving problems for a totally different domain. Maybe it's, who knows, maybe it's retail, maybe it's medical, maybe it's for the government. And it's some domain that you typically don't have access to or may not be totally interested in. So that's where I found that personal projects kind of fill that gap and allow me to explore and build things that I'm personally interested in. Doesn't mean I'm not interested in the stuff at work. I love the stuff I work on at work and solving tough problems. I'm doing things that challenge me and encourage me to grow. But at home, I write bots for whatever, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, like all the things, I like socially, things for YouTube I do too, code-wise, and, just solving different types of problems. So, for me, it's not a grind. It's not something that I'm like, oh, yeah, I just got done at work. Now I got to go home and code some more so I can keep my skills sharp. No, it's more like, I treat them different. Even though I am programming a lot at work and a lot at home, they're different domains, so for me, it feels totally different. So, but that might not be, who you are or what you want to do. Is it sustainable? Only if you can separate those mentally. And I can because of all the things I just mentioned. I can totally separate them mentally. And be able to, even, like I said, even though they're both programming, I can separate them mentally, and I can, I get that kind of break, I guess, from certain types of problems, and I get to, tackle different types of problems. Anyways, I'm rambling about that. I don't know the best way to articulate it, but in my mind, they're in different compartments, and even though it is still writing code, I'm solving different problems and different passions. Oh, yeah, good question. I feel like I'm in the hot seat. Thank you. No, that was good. That was good for sure. Let's see. PC Geek, Techno Tim, desist. Oh, desist. Oh, our desist. Oh, I see a yeah. That's still tough for me when I look at it and I look at your phonetic spelling. Let's see. Root core, I'll grab this one because it's right here. Is there any way to automate Docker container image updating? Yeah, there's this thing called Watchtower that some people use, and some people either encourage it or discourage it. Depends on what camp you're in. So Watchtower exists, and that's exactly what it does. It will go out and fetch and see if there are new versions of that container available for you. If you pinned it to latest, it will always grab latest and update, and you can schedule it, and you can do lots of stuff. Like, it's super duper cool. I think it's really awesome. And I did use it for a while. And now here comes the opinion. I backed off it. I backed off of it because, one, I just don't want my containers automatically updating. To me, that, like, in general, software updates are good, and I maybe am taking a different approach with containers, but I like my infrastructure, my services, at least that I'm running in Docker and Kubernetes, to be deterministic. And so when I say, if I were to redeploy this service to another machine, or if I restore it, I want to restore it exactly the way it was at that point in time and not latest all the time. So I take a more conservative approach, and I pin to a tag that's not latest, and I update it on my own. And who knows? I mean, maybe that's just a whole bunch of mental work that I have to do, once a week when I patch stuff, and maybe it's not worth it. But I'm always afraid one day that something's going to slip in, into code accidentally, gets deployed into Docker, and then gets into, the container registry, and then I pull it down, and then they just scrape all my environment variables, and then they have a lot of stuff, So those are the things I worry about. And not only that, it's just, I don't want things to break in the middle of the night when they decide to update. I'd rather have them break on my watch when I go to update them. So nothing against Watchtower. Like, it solves that problem. It does it fantastic. Everything I said is just my own opinion on why I choose to do it the other way, manually and pinning to tags and doing it myself. But Watchtower does absolutely that, and if that's what you want to do, that's the way you should go, because it's pretty awesome. All right, guys, I gotta look for them. I gotta look for mentions. I'll try to get it distizo. There we go. That's right. Piece of gig. Got it. They run like a champ, each with about 120 gigs of RAM. All my SSD arrays connected to the Synology 1618 Plus via iSCSI. Nice. Running VMware there are like 6 VDIs and a few other services. Awesome. That is so awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. Do you run any VPNs? Jay Starcher. Which one? No. Yep. I mean, OpenVPN, WireGuard, and then an old school one that UDM Pro comes with. All of them I've run before. I wish UDM Pro would choose a different tech stack, but whatever. Whatever. All right. I'm looking for mentions. SAC is awesome. Our Distizo. All right. I don't know SAC. All right. Lickety splitted. Some feedback about the GPU pass-through doc you mentioned. Using the NVIDIA Docker command before installing it, you use the command or script to test the GPU TensorFlow load, but couldn't find one. I'm ignorant when it comes to TensorFlow, though. That command should be in the docs to put the load on like a TensorFlow test workload. It should be in the docs. Let me know if that's changed. I know that NVIDIA has been changing a lot to get their NVIDIA container to work with Docker containers. I mean, it has for a while, but they've been revving super fast on that. But let me know if something's not right. I thought I had that command in there. And I know someone mentioned before, like, hey, it's like covered up by something I'm doing, but that's why I have the docs too, just in case something like that happens. Distizo. For phonetics. Thank you. Distizo. I got it. Distizo. Got it. All right, guys. All right. How Weston. Last one. Did you hear about Maz from Canonical? Maz's machine as a metal as a service lets you treat physical machines like virtual machines very fast and provisioning bare metal boxes. I have. So Canonical, same company that owns Ubuntu, also creates this product called MAS, Metal as a Service. Exactly what you said. So it allows you to basically treat now your machines like cattle, and let you treat bare metal like cattle now, and have just like a distributed system to spin up virtual machines or whatever you want. Yeah, it sounds awesome. I'd love to play around with it someday for sure. Oh, okay. You got 95% of the, anyway, it's Sicilian last name. Oh, all right. Just, I'll get it next time for sure. Hey guys, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for spending your time on a Saturday, with me. I appreciate it. If it's your first time here, it's 4:20. I always land on that. If it's your first time here, I try to keep it roughly an hour. I don't want to take up all your day, and we have mods here too, and I just want to be respectful of everybody's time and not bore you or keep you here longer than you need to be. So I appreciate it. If you wanna continue the conversation, we have a Discord server where many of the people who are in this channel now also are there. Plus, there's a lot of people who are in there now or in our server that aren't here. So a lot of people to meet and learn from, for sure. A lot of smart people in there, a lot of people smarter than I am. So I encourage you to join. And like I mentioned earlier, if I didn't cover something that you wanted to talk about, throw it in Discord. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. I will be back next Saturday for sure, and I might have something out again shortly too, because I've had two things working. I've been working on. So, anyways, thank you so much. There were lots of follows, lots of bits, and I missed a follow. T Coacher, thanks for follow, appreciate it. CD Howen, thanks for follow, appreciate it. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the bits, thanks for the subs, thanks for the gifted subs. I really appreciate it. You guys, thank you so much. Also, I hit 70K subs. I think it was late yesterday. Thank you so much. Like I'm still like amazed and blown away that like anyone watches my videos. I cringe at the early ones, and I cringe at even ones I did the other day. So I really appreciate it. If there's something you want to see or something you want to learn about, let me know some way. But I really appreciate you guys subbing, for showing up and for sharing. So I really appreciate it. Have a great rest of the weekend. Be good to each other. Take care, folks.